What's going on, everybody? This is Real Thought back again, and this time I will be reviewing Cobra Kai Season 3. And I actually watched this in early January, so I am like a few weeks overdue on this. But I let a few personal things get in the way and trying to figure out a consistent schedule to upload so that I'm not being inconsistent for lack of better words. But I'm back ready, and let's get into it. Now, the first two seasons of Cobra Kai I did not review. I did not have my channel up yet. So I did like season one. I was very hesitant to watch it because I wasn't a huge fan of the Karate Kid movies. Um, and then there was the the one with Hilary Swank, the next Karate Kid. I like that one even less. Um, but yeah, I like season one. I think Johnny Lawrence is a more interesting, more entertaining character than Daniel LaRusso was in the Karate Kid. So I did enjoy season one. Season two wasn't quite as good, but yeah, I like season one the most. Then season two, I think season three is probably the worst one, which happens in a lot of shows. You'll often have a great first season and then it just sort of plummets after that. There's very few shows that are very consistent with their quality, at least from the shows that I've watched. Most shows that I've watched aren't really consistent. You'll have one good season, or sometimes you'll have like an okay first season, then a really good second season, or something like that, or it just comes from the first and third, etc., etc. But yeah, the first, second, third in that order. What I really enjoyed about season three was the backstory on John Kreese. It gave it a lot more depth to his character, and it was really cool seeing like all the things that he went through. And I mean, typical, he was a guy who was being bullied and such. I mean, Johnny was the same way, Daniel was the same way, Hawk was the same way, Miguel was the same way. Like, it's just a common theme. Like, a guy is picked on, he learns karate, he learns how to defend himself. Although I'm not entirely sure if he learned karate and that's how he defended himself. Like, I can't remember. But yeah, it was really cool seeing that backstory, and it gave more depth to the Karate Kid Part 3, where Terry Silver says that he owes him everything. I like that backstory, but I hate that John Kreese is still in Season 3. Like, I was cool when he showed up at the end of Season 1. I thought it was pretty interesting to see him again and sort of be the antagonist of Season 2. But I thought it should have ended at Season 2. Because now we're at Season 3, and he has control of Cobra Kai. But Cobra Kai is what the show's about. So how did Cobra Kai become the bad guy? No, it's the antagonist. Like, Johnny Lawrence started up Cobra Kai, and now he has Eagle Fang, horrible name. And then we have Miyagi-Do, and don't get me wrong, I like the fact that there is a Miyagi-Do, that he's teaching other students what Miyagi taught him. But I mean, let's be real, you are running a dealership, and this season your dealership just got nearly shut down because you lost I cannot remember I think it was Dayona or something. But yeah, the people who supply his cars and whatnot, he was about to lose them. So you would think he'd be more focused at all times on his business. I mean, I get it that he still has this little rivalry with Johnny Lawrence, but focus on your business. Like, stop focusing on karate and Miyagi-Do. Like, you're starting a karate dojo while you're trying to run a business. That just doesn't make sense to me. That's why I like Samantha, who's a voice of reason and essentially says a lot of things that I'm thinking. Why are you doing this? This doesn't make any sense. You should be focusing on this, not karate. But yeah, John Kreese still being around is just a bad idea, in my opinion. He should have been gone at the end of season 2. And then, we pick up with something new here. Sorry, correction, it's Amanda, not Samantha. Samantha's the daughter. So Kreese still being here, I think, is bad, and this dick measuring contest between Daniel and Johnny, I think, should have been over with at season 1. I mean, the rival is fun, it's entertaining, but I mean, I think they should have been a little more grown, a little more mature about the way they deal with it. Like in season 1, when they were about to fight, and Amanda is just like, why are you guys gonna fight each other? You have a problem, and it can easily be resolved over a discussion. Let's just sit down and collect our thoughts and let's resolve our issues. Which is how I think they should be now at this point. I mean, I guess they are now, but I mean, it took 3 seasons to get here. It could have been done sooner. Even if they have a rivalry, I mean, you guys can still be grown men about it. But they're still going on with this at season 3. Anyway, moving on from that, I really liked Hawk. Hawk is probably my favorite character so far. I like him more than Johnny and Miguel. Miguel's a pretty decent character. He's not bad, but I do like Hawk. He's very entertaining, and his fight scenes are actually very, I guess I can say, authentic. They're they're a little more believable than everybody else's. Everybody else, it kind of honestly feels like I'm watching WWE or something. Like they look like they're trying to sell those moves and everything. With Hawk, it looks a little more real, a little like better choreographed and everything. But I like that at the beginning he finally became popular because of karate, and then in season 2 he kind of became a dick because I mean I guess now you have power, you have the women and everything. Scarface reference. But yeah, he became a dick and started treating his friends like crap over it. But then in season 3 he can kind of see the way Kreese is treating people, and he's still trying to fit in with Cobra Kai. He's still trying to be that badass all the time, but he can see the path that it's leading him on. He's hurting his friend, and he didn't want to. You can clearly see he didn't want to do it, but I mean, I guess he felt pressured to do it, and eventually, he apologized and he turned on Cobra Kai because he didn't like what he was doing to his friends. He didn't like what was becoming of him, and I really enjoyed that character development. I enjoyed Miguel. I've seen a bit of character development from him where he was just a guy being bullied, and he just obeyed everything his sensei said. I mean, sometimes he questioned him, but at the end, he kind of just did whatever he said. But now, season 3, he realized, no, this is real. He got knocked off the second floor or whatever, wherever he was in the school, but he nearly got paralyzed. He could have died off of that. Like, this is real now, and he was just following your teachings, and he almost died over it. So I can understand where he's coming from. And not just then, but when Johnny's just trying to basically cover up his own insecurities. Hey, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. We just spend the entire day trying to fake things for your ex-girlfriend, and you're trying to talk to me about this. Like, he's calling him out on things now. He's throwing things in his face and saying, hey, shut up, you need to hear this. And I really like that from Miguel. And he's not just blindly just following Cobra Kai like everybody else. So he sees that they're wrong. He doesn't want to be like that, and I really enjoy that from Miguel. Samantha, don't like her. Robbie, don't like him. Samantha, I mean, I'm with her father. She just seems to bring more drama and more trouble to her life all the time. She keeps making horrible decisions, and like, she says things like, trust me, dad. You haven't really earned trust, girl. Like, you keep making really bad decisions. And Robbie just seems like this guy. I get it. He didn't really have good parents. His mother was horrible. She's getting help now, which is great. And Johnny's always been Johnny, but I get where he's coming from. But it's just like he blames everybody else. Like, it's never Robbie's fault. It's not Robbie's fault. It's everybody else's fault. So when he went to jail, when he got arrested, that was Daniel's fault. Dude, you just nearly killed somebody. You just can't walk away from that. So that he was doing what he knew was best. If you ran away, the sentence would be worse. But it's Daniel's fault, though. It's Johnny's fault that he was at the hospital with Miguel. My guy, if you didn't throw him off the balcony in the first place, then he wouldn't have been in the hospital, like, fighting for his life. Like, he could have been paralyzed for the rest of his life because of what Robbie did. And he just, like, refuses to accept responsibility until someone throws it in his face. Like, yeah, you need it to be thrown in your face because you're not understanding that Johnny's there because you did this. He tries to make it right and you just push him away. And then at the end of the season, where he takes sides with John Kreese, that didn't make any sense to me. So you won't talk to your father, you won't talk to Daniel, who's done nothing but help you out at every turn, but you'll listen to John Kreese, and then you'll attack your own father and still take John Kreese's side even though he refused to attack you back. Yeah, Robbie, just a horrible character. I remember when they were in the fight, Miguel let him go because of what Johnny said, but he also said sorry. Like, he backed off, and you still decided to attack him and kick him off. you made that choice. There is no heat of the moment. You chose to do that. So I mean, yeah, I don't like him. I don't like Samantha either. My two least favorite characters in that entire show. I did really like seeing like some of the old characters again, like Chosen and my gosh, I cannot remember her name. The chick from the second Karate Kid movie. But it was cool seeing them again. But it felt like too much fan service. Like, yeah, he had to go to Japan because of the collar um, providers or whatever, whoever they are, Dayona. But he really had to go to Okinawa to figure some things out. Like, I mean, that just entirely just felt like fan service to me. But I did enjoy seeing them. And Chosen, like Chosen is what I'm talking about. Like, the way he was in the Karate Kid Part 2, and now he's just completely different. He's a grown man. He teaches. I think he said he was teaching classes and everything. So he's grown. He's learned from his mistakes, and that's what I like to see. I like seeing that, and that's how Johnny and Daniel should be. I do think Daniel has changed. I like seeing that he knows that everything doesn't have to come to fighting, but it eventually leads to that with him and Johnny. Which, I mean, come on, guys, grow up already. So yeah, I did enjoy seeing those characters again. I thought it was pretty cool. Wasn't necessary, but I thought it was pretty cool. The recruits for Cobra Kai, I didn't really like that. I mean, not that Cobra Kai is recruiting, it's just the bully from season 1, the guy that was bullying Miguel. I like that he was bullying and then he got his ass kicked and he learned his lesson. I didn't like that they brought him back. I mean, one, I don't really care for his character. He's kind of boring. His acting is kind of horrible. But I liked him as a bully in the first season because of the role he played. He got beat up. He stepped aside. But then he came back and he just joined Cobra Kai. It's like, why are you bringing this guy back? Like, that's old news. Like, you're just bringing more trash back to the show. Just like John Kreese should have been gone in season 2. He's back in season 3. This guy should have been done in season 1. But now he's with Cobra Kai. So, like, I did not like that at all. But, I mean, that's a minor thing. The fight sequences, I mean, they're fun to watch. Like I said, it's a lot like watching WWE, which I was a big fan of. But it's kind of overplayed at this point. Like, how many times you're gonna break into a fight like High School Musical or something? You're just gonna break into a random song like every 5 minutes. Like, hey, Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. Let's just fight randomly and then have horrible scenes where you're trying to sell moves. There was a scene at the end of Cobra Kai where, what was her name? Tori? No, it wasn't Tori. Samantha was fighting some guy, and there's a part where she's throwing the guy into a wall, but she doesn't have the physicality to throw a guy like that into a wall. So it kind of looks like she sort of just, guides him in a direction, and he just sort of throws himself into a wall. So it literally looks like WWE, where they're just forcing themselves to do something. Like, you're gonna do a choke slam, and instead of the guy just lifting you up, you sort of just jump in the air because it's easier that way. So it looks horribly choreographed at times. So those fight scenes are horrible, except if it's Hawk. If it's Hawk, it's very entertaining. But these fight sequences, although fun to watch because I do like watching them, but I get tired of seeing these fights break out all the time. Like, can we just have a tournament, please? I'd much rather have a tournament. I understand you can't have that every season, which is why I'm excited for the next season. I really want to see this tournament. But yeah, we don't need to see fights all the time. Like, save those moments so that they feel earned. I don't want it to be overplayed. I don't want it to have fights all the time. I just want it to feel special and meaningful when they actually happen. Hopefully in season 4, when they do have that tournament, it's more than one episode, because the tournament at the end of season 1 only lasted one episode, and the episode's only 30 minutes, so you can't really fit much fighting or much drama into those few minutes. Like, you can't really do much with that. But given everything that's building up, I hope that's at least 3 episodes. Like, have the first few episodes sort of build it up, the preparation towards that tournament, and then have like those 3 episodes, or at least 2 episodes to display that tournament. I really want to see that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that show. We're at 15 minutes now. All right, I'm gonna stop this right here. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I hopefully will be uploading next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.